On. All right, guys, happy Friday, April 7th. Coming to you alive, excited, full of energy and full of gratitude as always. I want to thank you. Got some new faces on here, so no matter where you are dialing in from, I just want to say thank you for spending some of your time, some of your energy today with us. And my hope and my intent is that you take something positive from this session that you learn. Maybe it's not for me. Maybe it's my hope is from somebody on the call today that is going to share, contribute. And so before we get rolling, if you have the ability to throw your camera on, show up for me, I'll continue to show up for you. I was going to wear the Easter Bunny head, but I didn't want to scare anybody, nor did I want to freak my son out this morning. So I chose not to wear that this morning, but I do have one, and I will be riding through my beautiful neighborhood on Sunday morning on the Vespa, saying hi to all the kids on the Vespa with my bunny suit on. So before we get rolling, I'm going to turn it over to somebody to take us out on the field. And you know what? I'm actually going to turn it over to Cam. Cam is on vacation. She's in Costa Rica. She has lizards in her room. There's wild dogs. There's all kinds of things that she's doing. So Cam, it's good to see you. Thanks for being here. I'm going to have you bring the team out on the field on this beautiful, beautiful Friday morning. And it's great to see your face.
Well, thank you. I'm so happy to be here. How do I bring you guys out? I mean, I've been a bit detached from real estate for a bit, but in a way, like that's kind of how I want to bring you guys out. So sometimes you got to detach yourself from the job for a second to bring yourself like full front. One of the things that I've been doing a lot here is like just living right in the moment. And so you got to ask yourself every single day, what does living in the moment look like to you? And if you can answer that question, then you can begin to kind of live in the present more. I think oftentimes we're constantly living in the past or the future, but we forget to just live like right in the moment that we're in. And it's oftentimes in those present moments where the best ideas come to us, or where we're able to show up for our clients the best, and we're able to show up for ourselves in the best way. So I think if everyone can remind themselves that showing up for yourself is how you show up best for your clients and how you show up best for your family and friends. And I know today is like Action Friday, so it's like, how can you show up in the best way, and like practicing your scripts and creating new game plans for yourself each week to again show up in your best way.
Wow. And you know what? The fact that she's sending us this message while on a hammock, while in beautiful Costa Rica, and I don't know if you guys can hear, but I think when we always hear you speak, Cam, there's just a sense of calm. But I really connect with your message today, Cam, because there's a book that I read earlier this year, and it's called Stillness Speaks. And if you guys have not read that book, I highly, highly recommend that you read the book Stillness Speaks. And it speaks exactly to what Cam says about we're always chasing that, thinking about that, and what we fail to realize is how important this is right here, this moment, this time, and being able to be still in the moment. So Cam, we're sending you light and love all the way from the States. A little bit envious of you, but happy Easter to you, to your family, to your lizards, and to the pet crabs that you have crawling into the house that you are staying in. So thank you for your beautiful message today. Let's all wave to hi to Cam and wave in jealousy, because we all wish that we could be in Costa Rica right now. All right, so Cam, good stuff. Go ahead.
Really quick at the end of this, I do have something to share for everyone about a possible opportunity out here for someone's clients to buy a property. So
cool. I'll make sure
when that time comes.
I'll make sure to turn the mic back over to you. So let's go ahead and get rolling, you guys. How many people connect with Cam's message and the way she brought us out on the field today? What I love about this is it's always organic. I don't know what they're going to say, what you're going to say. So I really connected with that. Hopefully you guys do. What I want to ask for everyone that's in California, we won't spend too much time on this because I know we do have people outside of California on the call today. But I want to ask you guys, and just want you to be real, whether or not you raise your hand, write it down, or just have an internal conversation with you. Did you do everything that you possibly could about this Cal HAFA program to inform, to educate, to reach out, to prospect to market to, Did you do everything in your power to get the message out about this program? Or now are you seeing all the correspondence that this program's going away on Monday at 12 o'clock? And are you thinking to yourself, gosh darn it, I didn't do enough around this program? I want you to ask yourself that, because I think a lot of us really took charge. We gave ourselves some opportunity. We reached out to our consumers. Some of us got in contract. We'll talk about that in a moment. But I want you guys to be real with yourself. If you miss this opportunity, I want this to be a reflection to say, you know what? I'm never going to let an opportunity go. If it's a decrease in interest rates, if it's a hot home, if it is a great opportunity for our, whatever that is, procrastination, if you continue to do that, will stack up and stack up and stack up in your business. And so you either chose to step up and rise to the occasion and market this, create video around it, send it to your whole entire database, or you slept on this and didn't get those opportunities. And at least find some conversations in it. Maybe they didn't take advantage of it, but now they're talking to you and you can build more of a better relationship with them. So have that conversation with yourself. But Otis, you had your hand up, big dog. What is your contribution? What's your thoughts?
Is that too loud? We got a little cycle. Can you guys hear me clean?
I can.
Okay, cool. On that note, last night I was talking with Christina and she did say that although it does in the verbiage say that it's going to end, it's not going to actually end, it's going to pause. Totally. Some of those houses that are out there that are in contract, the reports don't look right, appraisers don't come back at the right price, those funds, after they get out of contract, go back to the pool. So, I mean, absolutely. Yeah, we should rush to get them, but, you know, there's still going to be some funds out there come Monday. So don't give up. Keep pushing.
Well, you know what? I 100% agree. And I think this weekend, you guys should be out seeing homes like crazy. You should be loading up your calendar, going out there and setting up the tours, because if your clients have contingencies in their offer and something happens, or maybe they saw a crack in the house and just said, you know what, I'm a little fearful of that, even though it's a settlement crack, whatever it is, they're going to back out. And so those funds aren't completely gone. So I think Otis is spot on about that. But back to the point, you guys, did you take advantage of this, or did you sleep on this opportunity to communicate at the high level? And that goes for everybody in every market. When you see these new opportunities, are you now being a commentator and a journalist, right? You are the one that is giving voice to this beautiful program or new interest rate or whatever it is. You guys have to own that and be like, boop, boop, boop. All right, you guys, ladies and gentlemen, this just in. That's literally how you have to take all these things that are happening in the market. You have to be the commentator, you have to be the journalist, and you have to be the first one that is on the scene to report what's going on with this beautiful new program. That's how you have to view it. You guys are all journalists, you're all commentators of what's actually happening in the real estate market. So you either did a really, really good job at this, or you're going to do some reflection and say, you know what? I need to move with a little bit more sense of urgency and a little bit more sense of purpose when it comes around my business and what I'm actually doing for my consumer. So I wanted to leave that thought with you guys for the morning. Also, I want you guys to, I'm sure you guys have read Atomic Habits, but I just got this, which is cool, is it's a workbook. How many of you have read Atomic Habits? I'm sure most of you have read Atomic Habits. If you have not, make that a must read for the next quarter. But I actually purchased this workbook to where you could go in and it really dissects every single thing, questions, obviously, you know, things to ask yourself, way to put things into perspective. It is an amazing, amazing read. So I want you guys to pick this up. It is the workbook, Atomic Habits. The author is Robin Reeds. And so it's just a really, really cool book. So we talk about habit stack and we talk about this quite a bit. And I want to just break this down really quick before we get into our action conversation for the day. So number one, if you have a checklist, I don't care if it's a whiteboard, if it's a checklist for team members, I want you guys to lean heavily into the utilization of Sisu. And I promise you guys, if you do it and you do it effectively, it's going to do quite a few things for you. But make yourself a checklist, a calendar. I don't care if it's a notebook, Sisu, something digital, an app that you're using, whatever it is. So make it obvious to where you could look at it and be like, wow, I was able to accomplish all these things in my business. And number two, make this attractive. And the way it becomes attractive is because it shows you proof of your hard work and it's a motivator to continue. If you look at your tracking system and say, gosh, I was able to have, like Maria, Maria Dominguez has a goal every single week to hit 25 conversations, no matter what, in order for her to hit her goals. Well, she had 26 last week, so she was actually pacing ahead. So now you're able to look at it and it's motivation to keep going, to keep fighting, to know that you're doing all of the right things. And then you look back at your week and be like, damn, I had some really rich conversations this week. I'm really stoked about what I was able to accomplish, even if it has not led to you getting in a contract quite yet. You know that you're doing the behaviors and you're able to celebrate that. So make it attractive. And last, it's satisfying. I believe that we need to give ourselves a sense of satisfaction daily, hourly, weekly, monthly, to be able to look at it and be like, you know what? I wrote here in my notes, think about the impact that it has in your sense of adequacy. Think about the power that you feel because you've accomplished that. It impacts your mood, it impacts your worth, it impacts the way that you feel about this business. I feel that you can get this fucking fake motivation from all these different places and things that you're seeing and watching. That shit is fleeting. And I'll tell you over and over and over again, the real impact is for you to be able to say, you know what? This is helping me because I'm able to look at it and it's really proven to me that I'm doing all of the right things. So find yourself in a position every single day to track and look back at it and be like, man, I'm going to give myself a constant pat on the back. I don't need any outside motivation. I don't need any outside inspiration. I'm looking at this and I'm looking at how satisfied I am, how it's raising my adequacy in this business, how it's raising the way that I feel. It's impacting my mood because I know that all of my hard work is not left in vain. Or it's going to tell you this, or it's going to be a mirror of all the things that you're not doing. It's going to show you like, damn, I didn't do shit. I acted like I was busy this week. I claimed to be busy, but when I actually look at it on paper, on my whiteboard, on CSU, or however else I'm tracking it, I didn't do shit. So I want this to be a glaring reflection on how you're actually progressing in your business. If you're not tracking, you guys are going to have some challenges and truly growing and looking back at it. So that's why I wanted to share with you. What I want to encourage everybody that is on our team to make this month, April, make this the month of tracking. Make this a month of tracking because you're on this team. You have all these great tools, these products, all these tech things. If you're not using it, then it really doesn't even make sense. Like, why are you on a team that has all these tools if you're not utilizing the tools? So step into the tech, step into the tools, and step into this era of I'm going just to be ruthlessly personal accountable with all of my tracking because I want to grow in this quarter, in this month, and beyond. So I want you guys to make some commitments to yourself. That's my thoughts. That's my sentiment. What I want to do is I'm going to turn the mic over to you guys. Here's what I want to talk about. I want to talk about us and our ability to utilize assumptive language patterns. You guys are going to hear me talk about this quite a bit. And we talked about it the other day about here's what we do next. While you're talking to consumers, it shouldn't be doing a hard close for an appointment at the end of a conversation. Every single thing that you're communicating with your consumers is leading them to have an appointment with you. So Dominique, when we meet and we are seeing homes, here's what we do. And Dominique, when I meet you and we're showing homes, this is how I'm going to prepare you. And this is all the research that I do. So when I come to your home on Saturday to do a listing presentation, here's some things that I'm going to do to prep to get ready. When I'm at your house, this is what we're going to do. We're going to share the strategies. When we do our buyer's consultation on Zoom in the next couple of days, every single thing is already leading them to the appointment. So it's not like you're talking and then crossing your fingers and saying, I hope this person's going to meet with me. My entire presentation. So Jess, when we meet on Saturday, when we go over your buyer's consultation in person, when we do this, I've already assumed it my entire time talking with the person. That's the language. So when I get to asking them for the appointment, so wonderful. So now that we've talked about all the things that's going to happen over the course of the next couple of days, Dominique, do you want to get together tomorrow or the next day? What would be best for us to have that meeting? I've already set it up. I've already teed it up because all I've done in my entire language pattern is use assumptive language. What I find oftentimes is people are doing this. So do you think we could maybe possibly get together if, and so, and it's very tentative. Every single thing that you're doing when you're talking with consumers is future pacing, is future pacing, is future pacing. It's assumptive language. So they already feel like you are setting the tone for what's going to happen. So I want you guys to think about your dialogue with consumers and think, am I asking them every single time for an appointment, for a listing, this and that, or am I assuming it my entire flow, and it's just natural progression for them to meet with me and do this meeting, have the buyer consultation, or have the listing appointment. Dominique Curtis, what's your contribution? Let's hear from you. Ooh, Nias is coming to us from the red room. That looks good. Go ahead, Dominique.
I was going to say that when I talk to clients before I meet them, I talk to them as if they're already my client. So in the end, not that I'm trying to bully them, but it makes them feel like they're already working with me. And so it's hard for them to tell me no, especially when I get in front of their face, because I've already spoken to them like, this is how we're going to work. This is what we're going to do. And then this is our timeline. And this is when we're going to do X, Y, and Z. And so how I'm talking to them as if they've already told me yes. And I feel like that has worked, because so far with the 4 listing appointment, the minute I got in their face, it's almost as if they know I'm the realtor just because how I was speaking to them. And neither one of them, like all 4 of them, didn't tell me no, they just went with me right away.
Dominique, I absolutely love this, because oftentimes here's what agents that are unrehearsed and uneducated on this, and just this takes some practice, you guys. Well, if you choose me to be your realtor, and I really hope that you choose me, and if you choose to work with me, this is what you'll get. And my hope is that you choose to work with me. No. Your language is assuming that they've already chose you. And what I do for all of my consumers, just like you, is I do this, and here's what we're going to do next, and here's the next stage, and here's what I'm going to take you through, and we're going to get educated on this together, right? I think that what we're doing is we're leaving it up to chance. If you possibly, would you, how does that sound? Well, it sounds like I need to think about something, right? No, here's what we do next, Mr. Consumer. Not, what do you think? Would that be okay if we could maybe conveniently, if that made sense for you, get together and have this little mini buyer's consultation to go over this and on Zoom? No, here's what we do next. And so Dominique, I love that. And I love that you're proving it with results. Jess the Bling Realtor, you had your hand up, and feel free to chime in on this if you guys had something. I didn't know hands would go up, but I'm loving that hands are going up. So Jess the Bling Realtor, what's your contribution?
One thing that I've done too, as I've developed my confidence and have started working with multiple clients, is when we do the buyer's consultation, I make it a very nonchalant, hey, Elias, thank you so much for your time. Just as you're interviewing me, I'm also interviewing you to see if we're the right fit. And then after that, everything else is an assumptive close. When we work together, this is what I do with my clients. This is how we can blah, 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 blah. But I do that sometimes because I want them to know that I don't just work with every single person. I'm not desperate for business, and I want to make sure we're the right fit because I want this to be fun and educational. And right off the bat, I've had multiple clients tell me, I've never had anyone tell me that they were also interviewing me.
I love this.
It's been really successful, but it allows me at the end too, because during every consultation, if we're keeping it a buck, every single person you get on a consultation is not your ideal client. And so at the end, or throughout the buyer consultation, if I find like maybe the husband or the wife, like we're just not vibing, I'll do my best to ask open-ended questions to see if I can feel a little bit more. We do a little bit of an exercise to get them on the same page. And if at the end of that, I'm feeling like, this isn't great, I'll tell them, you know what, I don't think that I'm the right person, but immediately I'll already have someone that I can suggest to them.
Yeah, I absolutely love this. I love this. And it's really like setting the tone. Dominique, just, I don't know if I'm the one to help you in this situation. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna ask you a lot of questions today to see if I am the right person to be able to help you with purchasing that home in Walnut Creek at that price point. So I'm gonna ask a lot of questions today to make sure I am the one to be able to help you and to make sure that I'm the right person for you, okay? So let's go through this together. I actually love that, and I love setting up that way. Does anybody else have any contributions on this conversation? Because I think this, Otis, you took your shirt off for this conversation, so go ahead and take yourself off of mute. Let's hear from you, big dog.
No, I just had to hop in the sauna. You say be present, so I wasn't going to turn it off. It might get too hot to turn off itself, but I'm gonna rock with it. Yeah, to piggyback off Jess, like that's it. That's the reason why we do these things, to familiarize yourself with your client, to know what they want, what they need, and also put yourself out there. And I think that's the perfect time for you to let the ground rules, flow, let them know, to set the tone of what they'd expect. And again, to piggyback off of Dominique as well, like you have to have those conversations and you have to let them know, because like she's right. Like they're gonna go by your every word and they're gonna trust you because you're their realtor. So coming in that mindset and having things done and giving something of value to them right away, and then also showing your value. Just seeing Jeff put that, it's highly, highly big that you do it. Whether if you're telling them why you're taking 6% on the listing, or you're telling them why they should choose you as a buyer agent, you need to show what you bring to the table. And I do that every time, the very first time I meet my clients.
I love this. I love this. Stop asking, you guys. Stop asking. Stop saying if. Stop saying possibly. Stop using tentative words that makes your presentation not feel secure. Why would they choose to work with somebody else? This is like, I am talking to you as you are already my consumer, right? So I love this conversation. Jeff, let's hear from you, and then we're going to move right into action. And before we go on any further, Kwanzo, good to see you. Good to see some faces on here I haven't seen in a while. Second page, you guys, I'm going to encourage everybody to pause for a second. If you are not driving right now, there should be no reason you're not present. You got Otis in the freaking sauna. You got people that are on their morning walk, doing their huddle, doing their dog walk or whatever it is. I want to push you guys, implore you, encourage you to show up here, because how you show up here is how you're going to show up for other things in your life and business. So I want to encourage you to get your cameras on. Let's see your faces. I don't care what your hair looks like. Jeff Phillips, let's hear from you, big dog.
Yeah, I was just going to say, make them say no, like make them tell you no, and that you can live with a no and we can go past it and we can figure out what's the no, what's the reason behind the no, but make them say no. Don't give yourself the reason, like don't be the reason why they say no by saying possibly. And also for like agents that are just starting this assumption, it's going to be weird at first. Don't set yourself up for failure thinking like, oh, I'm just going to be able to speak like this. And like, you're not going to get those like bubbles in your stomach, like, oh my God, am I being too pushy? You're not going to get those thoughts. So yesterday when we did the script role play with the listing appointment, like all my conversation was assumptive closing, but I didn't realize I was doing it until you pointed it out, Elias. You were like, oh yeah, you notice how everything he was saying was assumptive, but that's because I took that from long time ago where you told me like, stop saying possibly, stop saying can we, stop asking. And so I started just implementing a assumptive closing, but I didn't realize I was doing it yesterday. I didn't feel no feelings of it. I was nervous shitless because everybody was there watching me, but it wasn't because I was doing assumptive closing. So as you do it more, hey, when we get together, this is what I'm going to do for you. When we go out and tour, this is how I'm going to do it. When we go and do this, this is how we're going to do it. You always just, hey, I'm confident in what I bring, so you should be confident in that I can deliver it for you.
I love this. You guys, here's a simple practice for you. I want you guys to practice assumptive behaviors. Make sure to follow Coach Pipes. He does a really good job at explaining this. But I also want you to think about how you are future pacing every single person, every single phone call, every single interaction, buyer consultation, listing presentation, phone calls, setting appointments. You meet somebody at the gym, right? Wherever it is. So you know what? It's really good meeting you, Jess. Here's what we do next. I always love to get people into my ecosystem so I can help educate them on what's actually happening in the real estate market. Here's what we do next. Every single thing you have to think about, future casting, it's assumptive, it's future casting, it's assumptive, versus crossing our fingers and hopefully that they say yes or no. If you leave room for a yes or no, you're going to leave a 50% chance that people are going to say no to you. So I don't like those odds for you. I like assuming them and bringing them closer, bringing them closer, bringing them closer. So we're going to really dive into this in the next couple of weeks. So I think it's a powerful, powerful conversation. But let's do this, you guys. I want to shift into action. What I want to do, and I'm going to call on some people too, if you guys don't have your cameras on, I want to hear from you guys. I want to know what you have done in this last week that has led to you making progress in your business, whether it was a campaign, whether it was an effective script, whether you were on the phone with somebody and they were giving you pushback and you finally were able to book for the appointment. I want to hear what you said, what you did. If you got an offer accepted with this dream program, if you are having an open house, we're going to have that conversation as well. But I want to know, what have you done this week to take action in your business? And if you are a usual suspect and you raise your hand, I'm probably going to pass on you. I want to hear from somebody that doesn't typically speak on group coaching, and you know who you are and who you are not. I want you guys to tell us, what is one thing that you have done this week to give you progression in your business that has led to you taking massive action. So cool. I got some new cats on here, some people I haven't seen in a while. So Sarah, we've never met. We are friends on Instagram. She's a big fan of what you guys do. So Sarah, it's nice to have you. Where are you dialing in from today? New Jersey?
New Jersey. Hi, Elias.
Hi, what's up? Let's hit
I
us with it.
love your energy.
Well, I appreciate it.
And I'm learning from you all the way from New Jersey.
Well, wonderful. And we're all students. And so I love it. What's your contribution today, Sarah?
So I've been using very specific hashtags when I'm posting.
Okay.
And this
tell
is
us.
something, yeah, this is something I just started. So I started to use a very specific hashtag on TikTok, and I end up with clients from Brooklyn coming to buy in New Jersey, in almost my hometown too. So I'm very familiar where they want to go. And then I used the same hashtag on Instagram, and I got another client. She actually came from Massachusetts and met me 2 days ago. She's buying a 2-family house with me. And one more client from Florida, she will be buying a house with me in September.
Okay, so the question is, I could see everybody's faces. All right, what are you writing?
Oh my God, yeah, I know. So I do hashtag Arab New Jersey Realtor.
Ooh, okay. So Arab New Jersey Realtor, and I take it that is there many Arab people, or excuse me, is there many people advertising that
No, but there's many Arabs there.
I'm sure there is, right?
Yeah.
Wow. Okay, cool. Because I love this, because I've seen it before in other cultures, and I've seen it be super effective. So when did you start using the hashtag? And if you were to look back at your analytics, have you seen an uptick in the amount of views? Have you seen the upticks in the amount of people that are sharing your stuff? Tell us a little bit about the analytics.
It's funny because I heard about the specific hashtags from you. You were talking to the tattoo realtor, and
Okay.
that's when I used it. So everything you say, I go imply, and it works.
Wow. Well, hey,
Yeah.
listen, whether you speak Spanish, you speak Vietnamese. I was talking to Kim Lu the other day. She's like, I'm going to do a series of Vietnamese videos because I don't see enough of them. It doesn't exist. And so hashtag the Vietnamese Realtor. I think that's an avenue there. That's a great avenue. And I'm glad that it's working for you and you've taken massive action on it. Kwan Zo, good to see you, big dog. And Sarah, thanks for your contribution. Thanks for being
Thank
here.
you.
What's up, big dog? Let's walk through your strategy. What worked? What's the campaign? Effective script? Appointment landed? Let's hear from you.
Hey, good morning, everyone. Good morning, Elias. No, it's been a while. Good to see everyone. Honestly, with I just been pounding phones, just like calling a lot of SOIs, calling a lot of people that have kind of like taken a back seat because they got discouraged because the interest rate and everything like that. So, this is like 3-4 weeks ago, once we learned that the Dream for All program was actually about to launch, have a more kind of a solid idea when it was going to launch, and start basically dropping little cookie crumbs to people. And really, the thing about it is really getting on them, like calling people every day, like, hey, how's it going? Like, did you get this together? Because we all had an idea that this program will probably go pretty quick because of how wide this. I mean, this is like open to so many people. You can be a doctor, a lawyer, making like high six figures and still be able to qualify for free money from the government, right? So on a side note, I don't know if everyone heard, right now they're putting a pause on this program starting on the 10th. So I don't know if that is because they're literally out of funds, like it's all fully committed, or they're taking a pause. So we don't know, right? But the thing is, like, people had to really be on their shit to really, get on this program. So just really talking to folks. I got several people were like, oh, this is awesome. I'm gonna jump on it. But their movements are not as fast, and you can only push someone so far. So I've been just trying to keep people going. I got one like in contract in Hayward. They heard about it. They literally jumped on it. They literally got pre-approved like in a day or two, and then like we found a home and we got in contract. But then like we have other people that are like still like either I'm sitting inside a house right now in Oakland waiting for my client to come through. And I have other people who are like, oh, yeah, I know, I'm still getting my paperwork together. You know what I mean? But it's like, I don't know. I'm hoping they can still get something from this program. But it, that has definitely like that program being available and being able to push it have definitely really gave people that opportunity. And so and I'm sure there are a lot of people winning right now, and then I'm sure this weekend is going to be super busy for for a lot of offers to be accepted this weekend, and then we'll see what happens moving forward.
Walk me through some of the numbers here, Quan. When you think about your campaign and the things that you did over the last couple of weeks to really prep for this, on an average, how many calls do you think you made, videos you sent, emails that you sent, and tell me a little bit about the campaign and the numbers behind it.
So roughly, I hit about like 10 SOIs a day. And I've been really just kind of focusing on my SOIs and then my past clients. And admittedly, I'm a little long-winded. And then this thing I'm still working on is being able to help like shorten my conversations. What I'm seeing is my typical conversation is like 30, 45 minutes with clients. Because a lot of times it's like building that rapport. Sometimes listen to them talk just to kind of like, understand what's going on with them. I don't know. I'm trying to find strategies to maybe make that so it's not necessarily about that, but I also don't want to make the conversation so transactional that, you know what I mean? That is just like, like, hey, are you buying a house? But so I've been just making like 10 calls with either past clients. Like I'm focused right now. I'm not even really like leads that are like in the pipeline. I'll still touch once a week, but mainly I'm hitting people who have expressed like either we're trying to buy already, you're already pre-approved or in that process getting pre-approved, or people who have strong motivation. Those are the only people that I was hitting up.
Good stuff, man. Congrats to you. Way to get somebody in contract and way to take action on this and not sleep on this opportunity. Armenice, you had your hand up, and then Brianna D. Bartolo, you had your hand up. So Armenice, let's go to you first.
Hey, everybody. Good morning.
What's up? We love your energy. All right. And great market update video that you posted. I think it was yesterday or the day before. But Armenius, let's talk about action. Tell us about something that you've deployed in this last week that has led to you getting results, getting in front of consumers and or appointments or contracts. Let's hear from you.
So what I have done is before I got my real estate license, I was actually a hairstylist. So I took that CRM and added it to Follow Up Boss. And so what I've actually been doing lately with them has been email marketing. So I had sent out, we were such in a rush to talk about the Dream Fraud program. So I immediately sent out an email to them about the program because we had a template available in Follow Up Boss. So I sent that out. And then I realized, I'm like, wait a minute, I just threw this at these people. Let me reintroduce myself outside of the hairstylist. Let me introduce them to my real estate career. I'm getting a 50+% open rate on my emails. And I'm just now seeing it. So I had reached out to Bria on the team because I know she's doing YouTube. And I'm like, hey, if you just blasted them with your YouTube, that's 100 clicks, that's 50 clicks. And it's, so I'm going to encourage people to get in that email marketing because it is something that has been taking me off.
Let me pause you for a quick second. This email that you sent out through Follow Up Boss, did you create the email or was the template created for you?
So my introductory email, I created that. But
the one about the Cal HAFA program.
No, the Cal HAFA program was in because we had talked about it on group coaching that day. When we talk about things, I try to, I got my notebook and I'm trying to take action because I'm new. So I'm, trying to get it done.
Let me ask you, Armenice. So in your email introduction, tell us a little bit about that flow. What's it sound like?
Oh, well, and it's so funny because I'm comfortable with them. They know my personality. So I'm like, I put, am I assuming correctly, and contact name. And I'm like, y'all thinking, I thought she was a hairstylist. But no, my name is actually Armenice Carr, and I'm a California realtor as of December 22. Went through it and was like, this is what I've been doing. My passion for hair is now putting me in real estate. So just, taking my same values from being a hairstylist and telling them this is no different from what I'm doing in real estate. It's just on another level.
Yes. Allow me to reintroduce myself. I love this, right?
Hey, yeah,
Don't call to come back. I've been here for years, right? I'm just doing something a little bit different now, but I'm taking my
period.
passion and my communication skills to new heights to help people at a bigger level. So, let's give her a round of applause, and let's give Kwan a round of applause for taking massive action, and Sarah for taking massive action in their business. I love this. Absolutely love this. Brianna DiBartolo, you had your hand up too. I want to make sure to get over to you. Brianna, what was your contribution on the conversation? Can you hear me, Brianna? Brianna?
Yeah, I can hear you.
All right, you had your hand up. What's your contribution? Tell us about something that you did to take action in your business this week. Let's talk strategy, let's talk scripts, whatever it was. Tell us.
So I have been trying to talk to as many people as I can about this Calhapa Dream for All program. So I'm kind of sad to hear that it's being paused for a little bit, but that kind of gives me a little bit more motivation to kind of hound people a little bit more. So the people who were, serious about buying, it gives me a little bit more motivation to say, hey, you know what? Like, this is going away in just a few days. If you're really serious, let's get on this weekend, So I think that'll kind of have a little bit of the what's the word I'm looking for? It'll have a little bit of a motivational factor in my conversations this weekend with some of my clients.
I love it. I love it. You guys have to think about this. Like, you have to be the commentators. You have to be the journalists. Breaking news, this just saying, oh my God, houses just went up, houses just, whatever it is in your market, you have to be that constant commentator, and you have to be doing email, text message, video, phone calls, email, video, text message, phone calls. That has to be your cadence, because somebody might never pick up their phone, or my mom, you might be calling her and all she does is love to talk on the phone, right? So you guys got to try a variety of different formulas in order for you to figure out what's working. If you have a 50% open rate on an email, that is like that. If you could have 30%, that's good. If you could have 25% open rate on your email, on your MailChimp campaign, that's actually pretty good. But the fact that she's looking at it has a 50% open rate, that's working, you guys. So as long as you have a great hook, right? She had a great hook. It allowed people to read down, meaning read through the email and then call to action, you guys. This is really, really good. So I love that. Video, text message, absolutely. Let's hear from Dominique. We'll go to Cam. Kwan, if you could put your hand up, if that's an old hand, or put it down, excuse me, Dominique, and then Cam.
I was going to say being more proactive with your day to day. I did that a lot more this weekend. Normally I don't do it because when I'm out, I'm so like, I kind of like get to things and I don't take time to, do a little video or say something about what I'm doing. So doing that in my stories, I've realized I've gotten more feedback, or I've gotten more responses from people that aren't realtors, and it's gearing more towards people that are, outside of the industry, which is good because, at first I started my page as an appraiser. So I had a lot of realtors. So my goal was to try to get more people engaged that weren't realtors. And so that has worked, posting the behind the scenes, or this is what I'm going to do today. We have a listing appointment and things of that sort. So doing that. And then also to get it, when you get a lead to your phone, no matter what you're doing, drop it all and call it right away, because you want to be that first agent that you talk to, and you want to be the first agent to say, hey, let me meet with you, because in your mind, you're like, when they see me, they're going to work with me. So getting your face in front of them, like to be the first agent and the first appointment being set at their earliest convenience has proven to work. And then being more active on your stories about what you're doing and how active you are in real estate will get other people to outside of real estate to interact more with you.
Dominic, let me role play with me for a second. So say that lead comes in instantly. So what I'm hearing is that you're not putting up a barrier saying, oh, well, are you pre-approved? Well, let me know when you are and I'll be able to help you, because guess what? They're going to call Melissa Zamora and she's going to be like, I'm glad to show you the home. Let's go out. I'd love to meet you, find out a little bit more. So what are you saying to those people on that initial call? So you get a lead. How are you booking them for that presentation or for that appointment?
Yeah, so basically I'll call them, I'll introduce myself and I say, hey, I see you inquired about such and such. And I'll just go for the gusto. When do you want to meet? Because the soonest we meet, these homes are going fast. The soonest we meet and you like it, we'll put our offer in and we'll see how, how it'll go. And basically just being more, cutting out all the questions that don't really matter is what, it's what's going to happen, because if they weren't pre-approved or if they are pre-approved, it doesn't really matter because you're going to try to get them pre-approved either way anyway. As far as are they working with a realtor or not, I mean, at that point, it is my business, but at the same time, if I get in front of them and if they do have one, they didn't sign an agreement and they're not happy with them, I'm sorry, but we all got to eat. And so if you're not happy with your real estate agent and I'm the one showing you the house, then we're going to either sign a buyer representation agreement or move forward if you didn't sign one with them. So I just kind of, I'm kind of aggressive with it, and how I stay aggressive with it basically is I make sure I do a lot of research before I even meet with somebody in person. So my research gives me so much confidence that when I get in front of their face, it's like I've known it for a while, but really I just did a whole bunch of research before I even got there. So my main goal is to just really be right in front of their face, because I know that I'll do all the research I need to do before I get to them, and that's gonna show them my confidence in the real estate market, and I try to make it really hard for them to tell me no.
I love this. You guys, because traditionally, if you've been in sales for any amount of time, we're taught forward, family, occupation, recreation, dream. Well, today's consumers, they want immediate gratification. What that means is appointment, location, motivation, right? Cool, awesome. You inquired about 123 Main Street. Let's go see 123 Main Street. You want to see it this afternoon or tomorrow? What works best for you? Cool. Tell me a little bit about where you're at in the home buying journey. Wonderful. Meet you at 123 Main Street. I also have 125 and 126 set up to make the best use of your time while you're in Oakland. Literally, that's it. And then when you're on the appointment, you do all the things that you're great at in building relationships. So Dominic, I love this, and thank you for your contribution. Back to Cam, you had your hand up, and then we're going to get 2 more people to contribute that have never contributed about what they're doing right now and take action in their business. So Cam, let's hear from you.
So this Dream for All program has, I've been talking about it a lot with people that I've been meeting out here. And I've met this group of people in the water on the beach one way. And I was like, hey, I recognize you from Monteverde from this zip lining activity. And they happen to all be from California. And one of them lives probably next to Kenny and Jack London Square. So through our conversation, just talking about the Dream for All program, they were all like, damn, Cam, you're selling us on this program. And so from that conversation, I got 2 buyers and 1 person who's thinking of becoming a real estate agent just because of that. And they're all local to the Bay Area. And then I think a couple of them were in SoCal as well. And I was like, we got a team out in SoCal too. I can connect you with whoever, I need to connect you with. So
beautiful.
The program, although it is running out and sadly, they're likely not going to be able to utilize it, it's still opening up the possibility of them thinking about what it will take to own a house.
That's right. That's right. Good stuff. Good stuff. I love this. Let's get 2 more people. I have time for 2 more people. Tell me about something you did to take action in your business that is giving you progression. It was a script that you use, it was an appointment that you set, it was a campaign like Armenice launched that worked, that got 50% open rate. It was a video that took flight. I don't care if it was a dancing video, whatever it is. Tell me about something, and feel free to raise your hand, you guys, that you did this week to take action in your business that has led to progression. Anybody want to share? Going once, going twice. All right, babe. Let's go to Jess, and I'll come back to Quan. Quan, did you have another contribution, or is it? I'll just come back to you in a minute. So Jess, let's go first.
I think on my social media is just being more authentic about myself and sharing more of my interests. I think I might have mentioned this last week or so, but I'm still posting real estate content, but I feel like if you're not posting, you should be. So please take this with whatever, but there's so many people posting so much about real estate, and you got to differentiate yourself. And so I've just been leaning more into creating more content of things that I enjoy with real estate sprinkled in. instead of it being only real estate, because you want people to understand your personality. And for me personally, the quicker that I got authentically into myself, I'm trying to get the wrong people away from me and attract the right people that are my ideal client to myself. So I've noticed on Instagram, I think I mentioned in the past that I felt like I was a little blacklisted because I had a bunch of bots following me. And so I did a little bit of an Instagram cleanup and got rid of a few hundred people. And I've been posting more of the foodie and the fun content. And I'm starting to see my views and engagement in the last week go up. So that was a beautiful blessing. But I say all that to say, lean into shit that you like to do. Talk to your ideal client. Stop trying to be an agent for everyone and be an agent to who you would like to work with. And that's where my content has developed.
I love it. And I don't know about you guys, but I kind of want an In-N-Out burger with French fries in it now. I don't know, because I saw that video yesterday. So, I love this. Let's go to two other people. Quan, rapid fire, big dog, because I know you already went, man. So what was your additional contribution?
Yeah, I would just say, like if you have downtime right now, educate yourself, learn about like creative financing, all this other stuff, because if you're ever talking to sellers, those are things you can bring up to them as well. So I was working, we have a pocket listing right now between me and Sunny over in San Francisco, and the seller is talking about like creative financing as well, to do a lot of study on that stuff, but learning about that would really help to open like a lot of doors for you.
For sure. I love that. And Amy, I'll come to you in a second. But I also want you guys to start thinking creatively of, if this program does not go through for your consumers, you built some hype, you built some excitement, maybe they were able to afford a $550,000 home. Now they're only able to afford a 100 or 400,000. Like, what are the alternatives? What are the programs? How can you replace one? It might not be equal to, but how can you creatively find ways to put them into contract and it still makes sense for them without this program? Because if they're in it, I want you guys to start thinking about plan B, plan C. What can you guys do to still put them in a position to win and make sure that you're keeping them in the fight, even if this program and all the funds are dried up on Monday? Amy Delgado, you had your hand up. You're muted. There you go.
Not anymore, sorry. So I took what you've been saying about not asking, and I have a listing, and my sellers are, the lady that owns the house is shy. She's one of my friends, so I don't feel bad about not asking her. And previously we were having problems. I've had this listing for a while, and she would, and appointments for showing, she wants to back out. So this week I put it back on the market. I have a co-listing agent who is local to their area, which really helps me out. But I didn't give her an option. I said, okay, I have clients that I have somebody that wants to show. What time is better for you? 3 or 4 on this date. And it was funny because she tried backing out, but she hasn't, because I didn't ask. I told her we're having an appointment. Which slot works better for you? And so far we've had 4 appointments this week alone on that house, and it just went live on Monday. So I'm super stoked.
I love it. I love it. And so we can better support you. Where's the home at? And can you tell us a little bit about it?
It's in Humboldt County. It's in Neeland. It's in between Arcata and Eureka. If anybody is familiar with it, it's kind of out in the country. It's a 4-bedroom, 2-bathroom, 5 acres. It's sitting at 545. It's gorgeous. It's like you have your own little redwood forest up there. It's at the end of the driveway, so it's completely private.
Love it.
It's really nice. It's on.
Love it. If you can put the link down below. That way we can help support if you guys have anybody up in Northern California. But before we head back over to Cam, I'm just gonna have you rapid fire, less than a minute. Tell us about this opportunity if you can. I'm gonna come to you in a minute. But before we go any further, you guys, I want to just pull this up so you guys can see this, so you guys are reminded about this. I want you guys to make it very, very simple on yourself. Maria Dominguez, her business has turned a corner in the last couple months. Now, I think it's because she has got more she's got more intent around how she tracks and measures her business. Literally go in there today and track how many phone calls you made, Zoom call, the listing appointment. I want you guys to do this every single day. Make this something that is part of your priority. It's part of your routine. It's part of your flow. And you do not shy away from this. I promise you, if you guys do this and if you do it regularly and you set this as a part of your routine, you're going to start stacking new habits. You're going to look back. You're going to be like, wow, look at everything I was able to accomplish. Or I said I was busy, but man, I'm really not that busy. You guys push yourself, commit to this. And I promise you, your business will grow. When we look at this and we look at some of the reports, I could go in here and I can see everybody's activity. Now, if you're a 0 on this list, I'm not calling anybody out, but you think about people that have like a lot of traction in their business right now. A lot of the people are tracking on this at a very, very high level. So make sure you're going in there, doing the right things, tracking your business. I don't want to say anything more about that, but find a way to continuously track your business. Before we go any further, Cam, you wanted to give us a quick plug about Costa Rica. If it's not a brief plug, maybe you can put it into Slack, but tell us what's on your mind.
Yeah, it's really, really quick. I've met someone out here. They have a property in this area called Sarapiqui. It's right near a river where people go river rafting. It's about an acre. There's plantain, yucca, a couple different pieces of fruit on there. They have someone that maintains the property. It's a 2-bedroom, 1-bathroom, and there's lots of land. And they would like to sell it to someone outside of Costa Rica. So I don't have an exact price yet. I still have to get details, but she asked if I could poke around and share it with the team. I will share on Slack when I get more details, but I figured I'd just share it in the chat first. It could be a great opportunity for Airbnb if you want, especially because the river rafting's right near there. There's also a reptile museum and a couple other things right in that area. So if anyone has clients who are considering the idea of having a little spot out here, let me know.
Ooh, I love this. I love it. And Amy, you just put your link down below. Yeah, I want it. I know Cynthia wants it. Cynthia is from Costa Rica. So let's do this. I want to get a couple takeaways from a few people. Melissa Zamora, let's hear from you. Key takeaways from our time together today. Let's hear from you. And then I'll come to a couple other people right after. So Melissa Zamora, hit us. What is your key takeaway from our time together today?
Just be on top of it. Check in, write down your goals. Check in with Sisu. I mean, that's definitely what we talked about yesterday. So
awesome. Let's go over to Sammy and then we'll go over to Lovepreet. Samandi, let's hear from you. Key takeaways from our time together today. You're still muted.
Okay, well, I learned more of the little listing presentation things you guys had because I realized that I had to get more personable and let them know, like the interviewing part. That's my big key takeaway from this, because I just go like, hey, let me show you can I show you my listing presentation? Instead of, hey, you know, I'm here to interview you as much as you're here to interview me. I was like, okay, that was fire.
I love that. I love that. Good stuff. Good stuff. So I appreciate you being here. Let's go over to Lovepreet. Lovepreet, what was your key takeaway from our time together today? There she is.
Hi, everyone.
Hello.
I was driving. I think key takeaway is definitely posting whatever, just posting, getting in front of people, because I'm just so hesitant about posting because I feel like I need to post strictly real estate, but I know. So posting more, getting in front of people's face and just letting them know that, hey, like, you know, I might be a realtor, but, you know, I'm just like one of you guys, and just being able to relate.
You're human.
Yeah.
Like, just go post human shit. Like there's people that have never known Silas. They're like, your child is my favorite online baby. I'm like, your favorite online baby. So it's like, just be human. Just post the things that you're doing. So love it. Thanks for your contributions. Dominique, was that a new hand or was that an old hand? Sorry.
It's new. I wanted to give your script role play a plug because since I got on the team, I went to 2 script role plays. One of them was telling me to be more nice and not so aggressive, and you're telling people to no, do it, be aggressive, get in there and make it happen. And so I was stuck between the two, like, wait, do I do that or do I do this? The way you tell us to go about things in script role play and how we go over it works. And so guys, go to script role play on Thursdays. It's amazing. I look forward to it like every week.
I love it. And you guys, we just did our first script role play session in person, and that was yesterday in Walnut Creek. Here's what I was thinking. I was thinking, since we have our offices that you can talk to me in 1 minute. I'm closing out the session. Hold on. I was thinking we should do an open house script role play session, since we have like, there's different rooms, right? So it can act as like, oh yeah, walk around, see it. I want to see what questions you're asking, how you prep, because I want to have like a full open house script role play session in person. If we were to do that, would you guys show up to that? Would you guys go to that? And be like, okay, cool. All right, I'm walking in the door. It's me and Elisa. We're a couple. What do you say to us? How do you greet us? What do you say once we come back to the table? What are you giving us? How are you booking us for a buyer's consultation? All those things. If you guys would find that helpful, I think we should do that. Like, I'm excited for stuff like that. That way it's real. We could do it in Stack. We could do it in Walnut Creek. We'll not do it in Oakland because everything is in Oakland, but let's do that next couple of weeks. Door knocking too. Absolutely. Absolutely. So Hayward too. Okay. Hayward too. Let's make our rounds to this, because we had tons of people there yesterday. Then you could bring all your stuff. We could have some fun with it. So, all right, guys, you have a commitment from me that in the next couple of weeks, I'll put that on the calendar to where we can do script role plays in person. Jeff did it yesterday. Omar was there, quite a few people. Romel stepped up. Aaliyah stepped up. It was really cool. George stepped up. So it was really cool to see it in person. So we're gonna do more of that, son. Wait. So you guys, we're gonna close out today, but I wanted to thank everybody for being here. Silas, say thank you for being here. Tell them to keep it moving towards your dreams, goals, and vision. Say peace.
Peace.
All right, guys, you heard it. Have a wonderful, wonderful day. I appreciate you guys. If you need anything, let me know. Bye now.
Thank you.